Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So today we're going to be talking about 5 different photography ideas that you can do while you're at home, and I think that this video is great for anyone who is in lockdown at the moment. I know I am, so I know there's a lot of people out in the same boat, so I think this video will help you guys kind of get creative while you're at home. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. Alright, so step number 1 is going to be portrait photography. So you can do this by yourself at home with any gear you've got, really. I'm using my DSLR camera, but you can use your iPhone, you can use your mirrorless camera. It doesn't really matter, you can use anything. I think it's a great learning curve, and it's a great way to get creative when you're in lockdown. So basically all you want to do is, when you're taking a picture of yourself, the easiest option is to connect your camera, if it has Wi-Fi, to your phone, and you can just take the photo off your phone. So I'll show you how to do that now on the screen. So all you have to do is make sure your camera's Wi-Fi system is on, and then click on the camera, connect it, and then it should go to your live view mode, and then you should hear the camera actually switch. It'll have like a shutter noise, and it should switch to the live view mode from your phone, and then you should be able to control it from there. So that's how I took this picture I'll put on screen now. So it's a great way to take photos of yourself, or if you're not near the camera, it's a great way to do that. And you can also use the self timer on the camera, so that also does 3 seconds and 10 seconds, so that's one way to do it. Alright, so tip number 2 is going to be pet photography. So this really translates well from just your normal portrait photography, because essentially you've got a subject that you've got to place or try and put in place. There's a lot of different things to try and think about when you're capturing pet photography. I know with my dog, she's just bland. She's hard to take photos of because all she does is lay down, and then when she comes to you, she's just... I feel like it's very challenging to try and take good photos when you're taking pet photos. I feel like it's a great learning curve to do while you're in lockdown, or if just at home in general, because I feel like it's a lot harder than actual taking pictures of a model, because with that you can tell them what to do. With a pet, it's completely different. It's on the other end of the scale, so you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know if they're going to stay, if they're going to sit, or if they're going to roll over, or if they're going to shake, or whatever. So it's completely unpredictable. So you kind of got to be quick and smart with your actions if you know your camera settings and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it's a great way to learn your camera and learn positioning a model.
Chill out, hey. Do you take some photos?
Alright, so tip number 3 is going to be product photography. So this avenue is kind of, it's creative in its own way, because you've got to try and make up a set behind the product, and I feel like a lot of photographers don't really take that into account. They kind of just get the product, take a picture of it with a black background or white background or whatever it might be, and just call it a day. A lot of people who really want to pursue their craft and really passionate about it, they will make the product be in that environment that it's supposed to be in. I got this, it's strictly a golf watch. So if I was to take a picture of this watch just flat on a bench and just call it a day, it would look great, but at the end of the day, it's not really signifying what the product is about. Yes, it's a watch, but what's the main feature of it? It'd be different if I took a picture of this, say, on someone's hand with a glove on, or a model holding a golf club, and you can see that, and that's the background, if that makes sense. So having the product and things that relate to it in the background or the foreground, it can add a lot of value to the photo and can sell it, opposed to just having this just on a clear, plain black or white background. Alright, so tip number 4 is going to be astronomy. So if you don't know what astronomy is, it is pictures of the stars. So it's such a fun topic of photography to try and explore, and it's very hard and it's very creative, so you can do a lot of things, and it will tie into the next tip, which is going to be light painting as well. So essentially with astronomy, you can do different exposure lengths, such as 30-second exposures, all the way up to like 15-minute longer exposures. You can do that through your bulb settings on your camera. So typically a good starting point is a 30-second exposure of the stars, so you can capture the nice detailed Milky Way. A lot of night photography, a lot of astronomy is making sure you can get your focus down packed. So it's very hard to try and focus on one particular point that far away because your camera won't autofocus in that. So if you have manual focus on your lens, try and focus on something very far away during the day, or if you know you're going to be shooting of a night time, during the day try and focus on if the moon's out or something very far in the distance. Try and focus on that, and then of a night time you can see whereabouts your focus is and if it's focused properly. So a good way of doing this is, if you're not sure if your focus is correct, try and find the brightest star. You want to try and shoot in pitch black. If there's a star that is currently out, that is like a very bright one particular star, try and focus on it so that the star is at its smallest point, which will give you the sharpest picture in the end. Yeah, it's a great avenue to try and explore doing astronomy. Location really does matter, because at the end of the day you don't want a lot of light pollution, so that means there's other light sources interrupting the sensor. So such as if you're in an open field and you're shooting into, say, the town, you'll have a lot of light pollution because there's a lot of buildings, a lot of street lights, a lot of car lights, whatever, etc., making that environment light, so it'll really illuminate that area. So if you can try and even just shoot directly up, so there's no light source coming from anywhere, that's a good starting point. And this leads into the next tip, which is going to be light painting. So you can do this whilst you're taking astronomy photos, or just long exposures, because essentially once your frame is open for however many seconds it might be, so a good point is 30 seconds. So if your point is open for 30 seconds, you can grab a light. It can just be your phone light, even draw shapes, or you can pick up, I know I'm using it as a light source now, but just a light bar such as this one. I'll put a link to this light source. I'll put it into the description. You can go pick it up there. If you're trying to illuminate like a tree or a subject during the night, having a strong light source will do that, whereas something as your iPhone light or your phone light won't be as strong and won't be able to do that to the best of the ability. So definitely picking up a great light source will help, and it'll help you guys create awesome images in the future, and it will always come in handy. You can never go wrong with having good lights. So that wraps up the video for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and comment if you think I missed anything in the video, and if you want to ask me just any questions in general about anything that I mentioned, or anything about photography or filmmaking or whatever it might be, don't be scared to do so in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you. So thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.